Good morning, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I'm Tara Lena, and I'm here with my co-host today, Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. She's in the house. We are always excited to see her. Guys, if you're looking to make profits daily and make progress daily in your business or in your life, this is the program for you. So stay tuned. What you got for us today?
Today we're talking about giving before receiving. I want to recap this month. We talked about the beginner business owner and the planning stages. We cover business prep, and I give you 5 things to consider. And we talk about getting excited and scared at the same time. We talk about planning and taking action, not only planning, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about the fear. We talk about judgment. We talk about the cure for excuses is by doing, setting forecasts for money. And today we're going to finish up this month talking about giving before receiving. And we're still on the beginner business owner because I think I want to take the whole of November and really talk to the seasoned business owners and just give them that full month of just little things here and there that they can pick themselves back up if they feel they're falling down or if they're like deciding what's next to do. So we're going to finish up the beginners, and we're going to talk about giving before receiving, because when you start a business, you're really on, I want to make money, I want to make money, I want to make the sale, who could I sell to? That's business. So in your head, you can't see the long game. And you're
Mm-hmm.
told, whether in front of your face or just the whispers in your ears, that if your business is not making money, it's a hobby. It's a
Mm-hmm.
hobby when you don't treat it as a business. I think you should finish that sentence. It's a hobby when you don't treat it as a business, because businesses take times to really grow. Business is hard work. I want nobody to escape that. Business take time to grow and it's hard work. So the little dribbles that come in with it is until it builds. You got to pay attention to them, though. I told my nephew, we're talking money, real estate, and I said to him, it didn't matter how much you make. You need to understand these 3 things. You need to make your money. You need to give back. You need to put a little bit in saving, some in a little bit of investing, and the rest we could talk about what next to do. And when I say investing, guys, if you made $10, I went so stingy with a client once. Says, if you made $10, right? A dollar, I mean, it's going to be taking 10% off. It's just going to left you with $7. That's what's going to happen. And you might say, well, oh my God, Caren, what is this? Well, it is training your mind to understand how your money could work. And we're going to make that $7 work. The minute you anticipate that you have to spend the whole $10, you're not looking into anything. This is personal and business. And again, this is a big beginning business owner, because I want you to wrap your mind around all these great things that you will be able to do when you understand how your money is going to flow. The first thing we want to look at is how to give naturally. We're giving without receiving because we want to give naturally. We don't want to give like, I had to give. No, we want to give it naturally.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing we're going to look at today is how to expect nothing in return. Because you give it naturally, coming from this place of joy, nothing in return. Nobody owes you anything. Okay. And what to do when the good things you've shared circle back to you in forms of goodness and money and appreciation.
Yes.
Because
Mm-hmm.
right, Terry, that's what happens, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow.
So
I,
there's no fear.
I don't think we think about, it coming back. And sometimes when it comes back, Karen, we're so stunned and we're not used to it that we give it
Yes,
away again.
yes, yes,
And you've talked to us about
yes,
this. So
yes,
walk us through that.
yes, yes. So, when you start, how to give naturally is it's in your being to do. Like you want to. I don't say giving away the whole house, but
Mhm.
find a way built in. I had a client once and I had to say to her, don't worry about the sales that's happening around the world. And this wasn't even online yet. I say, we want to sit down with your schedule and figure out how you can give. And once we deal with that portion, we decide how many times a year you're going to give. Is it every month? Is it
Mm.
3 months? Like once we figure that out, you don't have to jump up and down when anybody else is having a sale because it's not your sale time. Your schedule is your sale schedule. That's it. And
I
that's the
see.
time you're given.
Mm-hmm.
For personally, you give when your heart tells you to give, you just give. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry what the person's going to do with it. Don't worry how they're going to use it. Just give it to them freely and allow them to do whatever it is they need to do. Don't get involved in it. You've given.
Mm-hmm.
Talking business, same goes to business. Again, if it's on your sales cycle, when it comes around, you choose a charity, you choose an individual, you choose an organization, whatever you decide, give it freely. And even if you just give in to another business owner one on one, don't forget, guys, giving is your time, money, conversation, you know, sharing a PDF, helping somebody work out a tech issue, um, walking them if you're local, walking them through a hardship that they find so hard, or somebody's business. Like for me, I'm a talker, so I help friends in terms of they might have a call to make, and although I can't make it because it's their business, I'll sit right there with them. And if I'm not in person, we will have a call and they will make the call. I will mute myself and just give them encouraging nods. We have a conversation before the call starts. And then once they close off, I'm right there. If when the call finished, they need to cry, I let them cry. If they needed to just talk it through, tell me the pointers, ask me what I think of it, that's given. Sometimes
Mm.
we don't realize how many ways we can give.
Yes, we always tend to think it's going to be monetary, but
Mm-hmm.
it is time, it is
Yes.
compassion,
Yes. Yes, that's a big one, guys. That's a big one.
empathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't think of that as giving because it comes so natural, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you give, and it comes naturally, and that's what you do. When you once you start recognizing how you give, you can even put it on a spreadsheet. I'm a spreadsheet girl, or you can just write it down. Like, how do I give? And
Mm.
write it down. So when it's in your capacity to do, you just pull from that and you just give that as part of your giving. You don't always have to give money. Now, if it's time to give money, you give money. But
Mm.
consider these other things that I just mentioned when we're talking about giving naturally.
Mm.
Don't minimize it. Don't minimize it.
Gotcha.
All right. And then how to expect nothing in return. Like when I sit with my friend through that difficult call, I don't expect her to give me anything. No, if something come of it eventually, sure. But I'm not there. I'm there just to serve her, just to walk her through, just to see her light up, just to know that she can call on me to talk about the business and where it's at with
Mm-hmm.
no judgment. No, I told you so. Even if I had told her things that she didn't implement. This
Mm-hmm.
is truly, I don't expect her to give me any kudos. I don't expect her to pay me because this was not the deal that we striked up.
Uh-huh.
Don't expect anything. Don't give to charity saying, well, if I give this, I'm going to get a break here. This will, no, just give it because you want to. Show up and do it. Your friend house need painting. You say you're going to go help paint. Go help paint. Don't talk about your business. Don't try to sell them on your program. Just paint the house with them. That's what you're there for. And if it's the business that you're helping them with, again, and if you tend to feel that way inside, make a statement to yourself before you leave or before you meet, if you're not in person. And then when you meet with a friend, I want you to say to the friend, I don't expect anything in return, just so you know, just clear up front. Because sometimes you might have a friend who feel they have to find something to give you. And they
Mm-hmm.
might say no because they think if they don't have anything to give you, they can't say yes to you. So if that's the type of friendship you have, you want to say to them, and it's not because you did anything, it's maybe it's their past and what's reflecting from what they've been through. You say to them, listen, I don't expect anything in return. I just want to help you. And I've had to say that to a few friends. I just want to help you because it was new friendships. And I said, I
Yeah.
just want to help you. I don't expect anything from you. I was helping a friend open a daycare one, a nice daycare. And she was devastated when I told her, I said, I don't want to help you run the daycare, but I want to help you. And she says,
Yes.
for crying, why would you want to help me if you're not going to be getting anything out of it? I mean, we went and get a government license, we went and get zoning, we went and get all the stuff. But it took her weeks. And she would keep saying, so what can I do for you? So I'm like, nothing. I want this for you because you are right now a single mom. That was my mom. You don't understand because I got a husband. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. My mom was a single mom. I know how hard it is. These are 5 boys that you're looking after.
Oh
You're
my God.
going to work and you're working. Sometimes she's going for a 5 o'clock shift. Sometimes she go for a 6 o'clock shift. And when she go for the later shift, it's harder for when the kids
Yes.
come home, right? And she's a daycare teacher. She's got a degree in la da di da. She's a really bright lady, but she just couldn't get it in her head that I just want her business to shine.
To thrive. Yes.
That's it. And
Mhm.
I think when we got the last license, she was like, "So really?" I'm like, yeah, I want to see you do this. Give me the number so I can call. Like, let me help you do this. I've run the daycare before. I know everything it entails from sales to marketing, from meal planning to designing the daycare. Like,
Mhm.
these are my strong suit. Yes, I can sell it to you, but I see the need and I want to give it to you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I didn't expect anything in return. We're still friends. Like she would bring it up at times to people. I was like, no, that's what you needed. That's what I'm giving to you.
Mhm.
I always talk about my orange business, but one of the first things, this morning as I write this, I was I was looking over my notes. I was rethinking that story. The girl that bought me the orange fig. I used to give her a lot of things without thinking about it as a return. So no wonder she was my first um, client. No wonder she was my first customer. Like she was so ready
Mm.
because I was giving without even thinking.
Exactly.
I was just giving freely, guys. I was just letting it be. Now, let's wrap it up. Let's bring it up to online stuff. Most of us give a freebie. But lots of us are stingy with the freebie. We're like, I
Mhm.
can't give them too much. The truth is, people want you and want to talk to you. People
Yes.
want to work with you. People will reach out to me after my live and say, I want you to coach me. I'm like, are you sure you're ready to log? They're like, just tell me where to send the money. I've had this happen more than once. Just tell me how I could pay. I can't pay all at once. I'm like, most
Mhm.
people are on a plan. Just tell me how I can work with you. But in my beginning days, I'm not gonna lie, I used to say, I'm doing all these lives, who cares? And nobody really comes, nobody shows up. But I
Mhm.
promise you, anytime there's this specific client who signed with me last week, she said, I attend all your lives, like I never see you. She goes, I know. I'm at work. So I'm hiding, but I listen. And if I
Mhm.
don't get everything, I go back in the evening and I listen.
See?
You don't understand what you've been doing for me over the months. I've been having such a hard time. And listen to this, Terry. For the past 4 years, I've been having such a hard time. But I come and listen to your lives. 4 years, guys.
Who knew, right?
Who knew? But that's where she was. She couldn't do this then.
Mm.
She couldn't do
Mm.
this because of time. She couldn't do this because of money. She couldn't do this because her headspace couldn't do it, but she needed to be fed.
Mhm.
And that's how we give freely, guys. We feed people that need to be fed, expecting nothing in return. And we're getting to number 3 here. And I'm leaving a big portion for that because I really want to dive into that. How, what to do when the good things you've shared circle back.
Ah.
We run and hide. This is the part we got to talk about. So, yeah, we run and hide, or we give it back away
Mhm.
because we're not used to celebrating good times.
Yes.
We not like my sister and I had a conversation, and I coached my little sister, and she said, Karen, we got to do this because when January come around, it's the hard days. And I said to her, what nonsense are we talking about? So
Mhm.
on January, when you go to work, you don't get paid. She goes, of course I get paid. I said, then where is the hardship?
Exactly.
Because we've been working all this time during the year. How are you going to be broke in January? What are you doing in December? And why is your employer not paying you? She keeps saying, Karen, of course I'm being paid. I'm like, well, you keep saying this. Like, she's like, you know what? I've been saying it for so many years that when January come around, I behave so poor. I whine. I'm out of everything. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the thought, it's the mindfulness that you're not doing for yourself, it's the care that you're not taking care of you, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
Terry talk all the time about doing a year's budget, about doing, getting yourself, even if it's a 6 months, start at 3 months, and move for yourself. And when I talk about this live budget that I'm referring to here, it means it's a living entity. It means that you have scheduled yourself, you know what your household need, and you have enough money to cover it. That's the
Mm-hmm.
life budget. And as things changing so rapidly, I just start telling my clients this. I want you to add 10 to 20%, depends on where you live, on that budget. So once it's straightened out, so you know what's happening. If you're only at the 3 months market, fine. I want you to got a little 10 to 20% cushion there. And then you go forward and do the 6 months and the 12 months. Let me tell you, as an entrepreneur, as much as we don't mind taking chances, having the stability of I can pay my rent, my mortgage, my water, my hydro, whatever you're paying, it really helps your heart to sing so that you could perform at your fullest for your clients and your product.
Yes. I think a lot of times, um, people who are starting out, a lot of people that we speak to start a
Mhm.
business because they have a definite need. There's a
Exactly.
shortage. And they are so used to living with the shortage
Mhm.
that they don't believe that they can get to a space where there is no shortage.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so when they see that extra money, it's like, oh, well, I got to get rid of this because this I'm not used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I tell you guys a story at a time too. I was in my career job. I was doing criminal investigation, if you will. It's criminology, so that's what we looked after. And I would go to the bank, and my salary
Hmm.
was wonderful. And they had a teller that we started talking like after a couple of times, and she would say to me, I would take all my money out to the bank. And then I'll go back and enter the money back in. So one day she asked me, she said, Karen, can I talk to you for a minute? And she asked the supervisor if she can close her boot. She was at the side. She's like, "Why do you take all the money out? Like, I guess tell me why." I'm like, "Because the money's coming in via stuff, and the money is big money that's coming in. And I've been at a starvation state before I entered this job, finished college, was not working for quite a few months. Life was beating me up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got two kids, a lot of the da. I knew when the money come in, and if everything went out back, I wouldn't have this tangibility. And that doesn't not mean everybody has to do it, but I needed to do it for a little while. I needed to do it for a while. And I would take all the money out. And then I would go back the next day because the bank was right around from where I work. And everything would be sectioned out, how much going back in the bank and what have you. And a day, this is why she also asked a day one of my monies had whatever it was going to do on it. And she said, why you put a sticky? I said, so if I went to the store, grocery, and I had budgeted $200, but I see there's extra money, I get an alert from the sticky that says, this money's for hydro, or this money is to buy a case of chicken, or this money is to buy shoes for my kids. So then
Hmm.
I don't go into the money.
So then what you did was you put a sticky on the amounts so that they had an assignment.
I had an assignment,
Because
yes.
at BizChicks, we say every dime has an
Yes.
assignment.
So it had an assignment. My cash flow was my cash flow for the house was that cash flow. And she says, I got to tell you, I work at a bank here and my money comes in and it goes back out. And I don't know, it just pays bills. I can't even get anything anywhere. I said, so the first thing is you got to pay yourself. I said, once you get paid, you move over your paying yourself money to another account and you leave your checking account just so the bills can go through. But if you find yourself spending a lot, then I want you to pull it out, hold the money, distribute the money, and then put it back in. it seems so silly if you don't understand the process, but once your mind start getting used to you are in control rather than the money's in control of you, because guys, whether you like it or not, these systems weren't set in place to help you make life easier. I know you think so. No, it is set in place so you can overspend. Your credit card always over. That's what it was
Mhm.
in place for, so that it's just facts of life.
So that
So
you can become detached
yes, yes,
from the whole process
yeah,
because it's automated.
yes,
And you know what this reminds me of, what you do with the stickies? It reminds me of when our grandparents used to sit around the table and put the bill money in envelopes.
yes, same idea. Yes, yes,
And because there was no banking system that could be trusted, there was no such
yes,
thing as credit.
yes, 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 yes.
Mm,
And you get that, and if you got a credit card, you stabilize, you get it paid down, and even
mhm,
if you want to use it every month, this is not me saying don't use your credit card. It's just I'm going to spend 300 on my credit card because that is for my groceries. I This was allotted for groceries anyway, or it was allotted to buy, I don't know, like buy my granddaughter or my daughter an outfit, so I'm going to buy it on the card because I knew I had budgeted for the 15 to 16 to 20, whenever your money comes through. And now you knew that $200, $300 was there. And the reason I talk about cash flow for personal and business is because as much as we talk about for business, individuals need cash flow. The cash flow is in case you went to buy a dress and it's 225 instead of 195 plus tax. You can
mm,
dip into the cash flow to cover that so the credit cards still don't go and left the extra $35 for another month, which is whatever percent on it that you don't need to pay. So I
mhm,
like having that cash flow. And cash flow, guys, don't have to start big. You can start a $5 cash flow tin, and then you just add to it until it gets $100, and then do it, and then do it, and then do it, right? And have that money in your hand. When it gets really big, put it somewhere that it makes a little few percent, no matter how tiny, but at least it's still there.
mhm.
But I know we're in this era where we're not gonna have money no more and what have you. I don't know what's gonna happen around the world because in South America or the West Indies, people like to touch their money. Those places like to touch their money. North Americans, we get used to what have you. And a few stores had done that around here where they had no money, no dollars. When it's Corona, people didn't mind. But you see, once we were back on track, I heard that there's Walmart next to us for one day. They weren't taking cash. One day, Terry, and they lost close to $500,000. It's a
Mhm,
huge
mhm,
Walmart because people were turned away that didn't have cash, that only had cash.
mm,
There's so much immigrants and so many people. That's what they have. They don't have a
mhm.
credit card because they're new. They can't qualify yet. They have to establish their credit. It's not because they have bad credit. It's just it's not their thing. They've never had credit. So they're showing up and it was a scramble. By 11 at night, you could have used cash again.
Yeah, it's like so many people have to walk out of here and leave the stuff in the basket. They're not
Yeah.
trying to do that with us.
And they're watching droves of people because you're on camera. Just come in and leave, right? Because I
Mhm.
people just in and out. And I asked the guy, he goes, yeah, the something happened. It wasn't a deliberate act, just something happened for us. And people just leaving. The stores didn't have as much
How
people.
strange.
I don't know what had happened. We never had that again though. That little blip.
Fix that.
If it
Fix.
was a test, it failed.
Hurry up and fix that. Wow.
Quickly, quickly, quickly. Oh my God, I have to get fixed. But it helps you to see. So we're here talking about what to do when the good things come. The first thing to do, celebrate, be thankful, be grateful that it came to you. You did what you did, not expecting, but here's your reward. You get it. Whether it's a thank you, whether it's a gift, whether it's money, celebrate it,
Yeah.
enjoy. Don't take somebody's gift and just put it aside like, oh yeah, somebody give me that. If it's
Mhm.
flowers, smell the flowers, enjoy the flowers. If they give you something, say thank you. Like be in that spirit. And if it's money, well, you need to put it where you say you're going to put it. This is why I love before every time I tell somebody get a budget before they have money, they're like, oh my God, can't have no money. That's not the point. It's when the money come, where it goes.
Karen, I refer to my budget as a happiness plan.
There you go. That's my friend. Terry, the happiness plan.
It's because then I can smile when I do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Before it felt like money jail, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Give it a name if it helps you organize it. Because that's what you're
Mhm.
really doing. You're organizing it, right?
Yes.
So use the name that helps you organize it well.
Hmm.
But enjoy. Don't pass it out. Don't give it away. My grandma used to like to say, "Let me care for my money." But first, I never used to understand. So she never would fold up money. She would always have it flatten out and have a purse that would hold the money inside. Always have the money straight. And that's one thing she used to talk a lot about money. And I said, in my little days, I was like, "What's the difference? Like, who cares?" But mhm. Mhm. And as you guys know, I talk about my principle. Money likes friends. Just like who you want a friendship, you like people. We like people, even if we don't like a lot of them. Every human being like to be interacted with somebody else.
Hmm.
Money like people. Money don't care, don't have feelings, but it do draw its friends to them. So if you got $1 and you spend $1, it is so hard to get back another dollar because there's no companion there. Get a
Mm.
dollar, stick it in your purse, and don't move it. Get $20, stick it in your purse, and don't move it. Mark it if you like, because Terry and Fran had marked theirs. Mark it if you like, so that you can watch. They invite their other friends to come join them.
And
They
it truly
want
does work.
community.
I don't know what it is about it, but money likes community.
Yeah, it
Oh
really
my
does.
goodness.
It really does. So this was October, guys. I hope you guys get the planning going, get yourself organized going, give yourself that time. And we're getting into the American Thanksgiving soon and
Mhm.
Black Friday and that sort of thing, and that makes people panicky with their business. What am I going to put on sale? What am I going to sell? I don't sell things Black Friday. I just don't. Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't subscribe to that still, but nothing's wrong with it. It's just not my thing. And don't feel anxious because the year is ending too. If you didn't make the monies you thought you were going to make, plan for the next year. People still buy in January, people buy in
They
February,
do.
people buy in March. The only people don't buy in January is when you decide that nobody buys in January. People buy.
They do.
People buy 12 months out of the year. Yes, people get more excited at Christmas, but people also return a lot of things after they buy it from their excitement too.
They do.
So it's twofold. So watch yourself. Plan your year out. This whole month we talk about planning. Get excited. Get things planned out on paper. Take action. Do the little things that you could do. If you start a YouTube channel, and this is talking to myself, you need to get back there. Get your videos out. If you're going to be on Instagram and that's how you're going to start marketing yourself and you're going to be giving up building your community, then if you say, I'm going to be there for 30 days, be there for 30 days. Get that stuff together and be there for 30 days. Here's the other thing. If you know that you can't do 30 days, excuse me, every day, sit down at the top of the week and plan content.
Mhm.
Then get pictures to go with the content. Okay. Give yourself a good 2 weeks. Don't listen to people and just rush and do it. If you need time, give yourself that 2 weeks for gathering, researching, figuring out. But don't sit on the information and then get it set up in some kind of program that you use. When I wasn't doing anything automation, I would just literally just write everything out in Google Doc. And then I'll go to Canva, make all my lovely pictures.
Mhm.
I go for walks, I take pictures, I use quotes on them, I do all the stuff I want to do, and then Sunday I just sit down and just put the two together, and I would date it. Whatever I write, I'll put the date to it. A whole bunch for Mondays, Tuesday, I do all that stuff. And I'm always writing. When a thought come to me, I'll write ahead. And sometimes I got nobody, but eventually I'll write something about it. I'll remember a story, I'll put it together. And these things are coming naturally. You're sourcing and you're informing and you're helping your community to really see you as the expert that you are.
Mhm.
So that when you ask them for a sale, when you let them know you have something, or they come to you, you're ready. This stuff, get people to buy and then try to make your stuff. You're in this hurry up place where you don't know what you're making. Like, who are you and what are you making to sell, whether it's a product or a service? How do you do it? Ask those questions, answer them, and then get working for your business to attract your clientele, to
Mhm.
build your community, not somebody else's. I am Caren. I can't be Terry or Fran. I can't be anybody else. I could only be Caren because that's what Caren do, right?
Exactly.
Do
Exactly.
you? Do you guys? Do you?
Stay in your lane.
Yes.
Stay in your lane. Well, Coach, we are just always excited to have you here. And
Thank you.
I just want people to know that if they're looking to find you, where can they find you, Coach?
You can find me on my business page, Caren Fern, Coach Caren Fern. You can opt to join Profits in Daily, my group. On my personal page, you can come over and just say hi. You don't have to run to buy anything right away. Like, get to know me if you don't watch my lives here with the BizChicks or on my own every Wednesday. Oh, I forgot to share. I wanted to share this, guys. I had my academy for the longest while as the Money Mindset Academy. I
Yes.
changed the name to the Multi Passionate Academy because
Mm,
I've been sitting on this thought for a long time. I'm praying about it, and it's just right because that's who I am. I'm really multi passionate in the things I do. And guys, when
wow.
I want to share this because when you're doing what you're supposed to do, people just come find you. And
Mm,
I have lifestyle courses and I have my business courses. And a student just graduated from the lifestyle course and she was so excited that I'm sharing her story all around. She came in to learn how to sew. She's a beginner sewer,
mhm,
so she learned to sew and alterations. She wanted to alter her clothes. And it just brings so much pride when you see somebody can fix stuff that they want to wear but they couldn't fix it. She can do that. She got to learn to sew a skirt, put in a zipper, and just all the other things that a new beginner sew would get to do.
mhm.
So it was such a fun time too. She graduated last Saturday. So I wanted to
Wow.
share that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Coach, I know that if people are looking to do a new meeting with you, they
Yes.
can follow this link. We'll make sure that that goes into the
Hmm.
comments.
Yeah.
And also, are you still offering your course?
Yes. And so this that Terry has up here. It's where we meet and we strategize and we get you to where you want to be in this session. This is for the people who's not ready yet for full coaching, but just want to come in, have this conversation, want to move the needle a little bit. That's what we do
Hmm.
here.
Okay. And then this is where they can book an appointment,
No, this
correct?
is the course. That was the appointment. This
I
is the
mean, I'm
course.
sorry, this is the course
Yeah,
that you have.
yeah, yeah.
You tell us a
This
little bit about that,
this course help you find yourself. This is when you and I it's just diagnosing the stuff, going after it. Just examine where you are and where you want to be, guys. I tell you, when you examine where you want to go, it's a powerful thing because there's this roadmap that you get to create and you get to see it come to fruition. I've done it so many times. I've helped so many people get that going. I know they're always amazed when they realize how much they could do, how much they have known already, but haven't figured out yet how to parcel it and put it together. And so this will help you get yourself off the ground so that when you're ready for actual coaching, you've got this
right?
groundwork done.
Okay.
So,
You don't see it on the screen right now because I am putting it in the comments.
okay. Okay.
Ah, so that folks watching on the replay can find it
Yeah.
and find how to connect with
Yeah,
you.
and that's a good place to start so that the new year, if you're going towards the new year, guys, and don't wait till January, do it now. You get to
Mm,
examine that so you could plan for the future, plan for what's going to happen, where you want to see yourself. When you put that thing on paper, on a spreadsheet, on anywhere you stick it up, you're always in awe when it comes to pass. Human
mm,
beings, that's how we are. We set a goal, we're working towards the goal, and then you're there. And then you get
wow.
there.
That's and it's so simple, but you know something? I found that when you work with someone else, you tend to do the work,
Mhm.
folks, because you feel like you have to account to
Yes.
someone.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Uh,
why people come for coaching, right? Because they
mhm.
know once we're talking and we're doing, they feel they're moving on. Because I'm also in my business moving along and get it moving. So yes, I
There
will
you
not
go.
downplay coaching. Coaching is a good thing.
Exactly. So the other thing we want to remind our audience of is that if you're looking to be a part of the Biz Chicks
Hmm.
community, you can simply text Biz to 33777, or you can find us over on our
It's
website at bizchicks.net.
Yes.
So we hope that you'll join us tomorrow because we'll be talking happy, healthy habits with Robin Shamizu and friends. And Maureen's going to be on tomorrow. She's going to be talking about fitness. So,
Yes.
guys, you know, Maureen is always a joy. So don't forget to tune in tomorrow. We love you and we want you to know we're here to help take the hassle out
Out
of
of
your
the
life.
hustle. Yes.
Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.